Here is Lubera Co. UK, the Swiss fruit and berry plant producers and breeders. I want to tell you today about our children's apple, Fantasia. It's a variety we are not already selling in UK, but perhaps in the future we will. And I'm now in our breeding fields, and it's a good occasion to tell a little bit about this apple of our breeding program. Children's apple, you are asking, what are children's apple? Perhaps a better name would be a family apple, but children's apple is also very good. Why? If you are in the supermarket, if you are in the markets, you see very big apples, 70, 75, 80 centimeters and more. The size of apples is also a method which the market is using for controlling the quantities which are coming to the market. So the higher the size which is required, the smaller the quantities coming to the market. But it hasn't anything to do with the wishes of the consumers and also with the wishes of the home gardeners. You, in the gardens, especially if you have a family, you don't want to have the big apples. It's very difficult to eat big apples, and normally you are wishing smaller and middle-sized apples, not very big ones. Of course, there are some countries, some cultures, which are like very big apples, especially Japan and also South Korea and China, but in Middle Europe normally middle and small-sized apples are favorites, but normally they are not in the market. That's the reason that we have selected two varieties which are genetically small and middle-sized, Lummerland and Fantasia. And now I'm talking about Fantasia, children apple Fantasia. It's ripening middle to end of September, a little bit later than Lummerland, about 10 days later, perhaps now, 20th September, it's a little bit too early, but I can pick the first ripened apples. It's a little bit a better storage variety than Lummerland. So also Lummerland you can store till Christmas or even till February, but it's easier with Fantasia. And it's now has a blue blush, but if you're polishing the apples, they're becoming orange pink. You see here the color of the apple. Shadow here, not so easy, but the color of the apple. It's a higher apple than Lummerland, a little bit bigger than Lummerland. And it's in general a very sweet apple. And also while eating, it's a sweet aromatic apple. That doesn't say that there is no acidity, but the acidity is below, and it's more below, it's smaller than with Lummerland. So it's in general a very sweet apple, especially if you are storing this apple till Christmas or even longer. But also if you let it ripen on the tree till end of September, it becomes a very sweet apple, sometimes remembering me to pears. So very sweet like pears. And you won't find anybody in your family and in your friends who doesn't like this variety, children apple Fantasia. The variety, the tree, is resistant to scab as all our varieties. It's not very susceptible to mildew. It's an easy tree. It makes not so many laterals like Lummerland, but enough. It's very important that you are bending down every lateral to the horizontal, and through this method the tree begins very fast to bear fruits, and through this method the tree becomes very, very compact, full of fruits, as you see here in our test field. So I hope one day in the next years we will sell also this special children and family variety Fantasia in UK. As always, discuss with me. Don't believe everything I'm telling you, because you are the specialist in your garden. You have the opinions. What size of apples are you liking in your garden? What size are you preferring in your garden? Discuss with us below in the commentaries and go on planting apple trees.